My name is Major Jonathan Brown. I'm the FAO-RAO Program Manager at Headquarters Marine Corps. I'm a CH-46 pilot by trade and a Indonesia FAO as well. The FAO-RAO program takes MAGTF officers and prepares them for service overseas, taking that entrepreneurial Lewis and Clark spirit and developing their skill sets through education, through language development, and completing that with a capstone event overseas where they take what they learned in school, they match it up with what they learned in language school and apply it, test it against reality overseas so they can see if what they learned measures up to what is actually on the streets out there today. We take these MAGTF officers to develop these skills because they also understand Marine Corps culture. Culture in the Marine Corps is obviously different than the Army, than the State Department, than academia, than the professional media, if you will. And there's not a lot of folks out there that can bring all of the skills to bear for the MAGTF to advise Marines and MAGTF commanders on how to do business effectively overseas better than a FAO or a RAO. So our program develops this skill set that Marines can effectively employ so that when we fight in any climate place or when we do business overseas that is humanitarian aid, disaster relief, or crisis response, or whatever it is that we're doing, security cooperation, we've got the smartest Marines with the right skills in the right place at the right time to make the Marine Corps operate effectively overseas. I know that the power of language is huge. When I was in Indonesia, they would clearly see a non-Indonesian person walk in the room, and most of them would assume that I'm another rich expat that's exploiting their resources and taking their money away. But when I would walk on the bus or walk into the room and greet them in Javanese with Sugeng Pak, which means good morning in Javanese, or Selamat Pagi Pak in Indonesian, their jaws would hit the floor and they would be absolutely floored that this expat Western-looking person took the time to learn their language and to learn a little bit about them. And it's one of the easiest ways to demonstrate that you value your relationship with somebody by taking the time to learn a little bit about them and to speak in their language. These are just some of the things that we can do to impact the atmosphere that Marines have when we walk in the door in other countries that tend to not speak English and tend to have cultures and societies that are vastly different than America, so that U.S. Marines can once again walk in the door with the ground, hit the ground running and not learn on the fly as we find ourselves standing there looking at these foreign faces looking back at us, wondering how we're going to help them and how they are going to help us. So the FAO-RAO program takes that pioneering spirit and applies it for MAGTF operations so that our service can do business better overseas.